Hello, this is Angelica Francis. My cat's in the background talking too. I wanted to show just how amazing some of the things AI can do. That for an artist, a lot of people who are artists right now are extremely threatened by AI because AI is amazing in the things it can create. However, it's still a computer and it takes a mind to create. The computers can emulate and simulate and things that other people have done and other forms of art, but they can't truly create. Only a person can do that. And if you are confident in your abilities and skills as a creator, you're not threatened by AI. You're actually kind of thrilled by it because the things that you're able to do on a broader scale and with speed that normally you wouldn't be able to do is amazing. I mean, I'm just barely beginning to test the waters on the capabilities as a professional artist of over 30 years, things that I do, and I can do lifelike paintings, and I'm a gallery quality artist. So for me, it's a whole new dimension. It's the opportunity to do things on a level and in a way I never imagined. Or I did imagine, but the immense amount of time that it would take to accomplish the task may or may not have been worth the investment of time, but now that the time investment is no longer as big of an issue, some of the pursuits or some of the things that I've imagined or wanted to do, especially in the area of designing clothing and things like that, which I love, love, love to do. The sky's the limit now because you can design original dress, an outfit, and then try as many different fabrics and combinations as you want until you get it exactly right without ever having to touch your sewing machine prior to. And for me, because I am not the best seamstress, so I make mistakes and I've ruined, oh my God, we won't even get onto the subject of some of the fabulous, expensive fabrics I've damaged and then had to get a whole nother piece because I made a mistake. And some fabrics and things, there's no room for error. You can't make a mistake. And so being able to try a multitude of textures and fabrics, and I won't get into the more technical terms, but types of way of draping and pleating and combining these textures and fabrics without having to actually use the fabric until you've already decided on what your finished or final product is going to be. That is such a game-changing, amazing, awesome, for me, a whole lot less waste, etc., etc. Well, anyway, this is a dress that I designed and I'm the model. I have a love for the flappers era and the flappers dresses. I enjoy role play. I enjoy attending events like the Great Gatsby and things of that nature. I also love Renaissance fairs and things like that. I'm a big kid at heart. I always will be. If it's something creative or outside of the box, I'm all in. I love that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a speakeasy, flapperish type of a dress. And I also love the different eras very much. So a lot of things that I'll design will be throwbacks, part modern and in part something from a completely different era. But back to the dress. This dress, oh, I must say. Another thing that I love about clothing and fabrics is so many of the really beautiful, I mean, absolutely exquisite pieces of clothing or articles of clothing that I've seen models and entertainers wear. And I grew up in the entertainment world, being able to go to things like Emmys and Grammys and things like that. A lot of times, my brothers or people that I knew were producers, or even I was part of the set design or costume design teams for different types of events and things. And so you get to be there. And you get to see all the fabulous dress and the fabulous people. And a lot of these people I grew up with. So it's not quite the same, you know, for me as it would be for someone who never gets a chance to see these people in real life outside of the screen or the stage. And you'd be amazed. One day I should write a book of all the stage performances and shows I was behind the scenes on. Whether I was working there technically or just helping out as a friend and a family member or just hanging out with my friends backstage. But anyway, back to the subject. I like things that feel good. So many of those absolutely gorgeous, brilliantly designed, beautiful articles of clothing, they are literally works of art, and the human body is one of the most amazing canvases. However, all night long, those people are absolutely miserable. They've got so many pins and everything is so tight they can't breathe, and the fabrics that look absolutely fantastic on film feel horrible on the human body. And personally, that old saying, beauty is pain, it really is. It always has been. And as a designer, I first started designing because of my body. I have a 32-inch rib cage, but I have breasts. I'm a D, naturally. I'm never less than a D at my skinniest, and we won't get into the E's and F's at my highest weights, but I always have a tiny waist. And then I have hips, and I definitely have a derriere, or like my friends like to say, a bum bum. I guess my bum is so big they call it a bum bum. But finding clothes that would fit my figure or my body, I don't care where I get them. Unless it's 100% spandex from head to toe, it doesn't fit. And I don't like clothing that are clingy to me. Growing up as a dancer, being in gymnastics and athletics, the movement of your body, the feeling of the freedom of movement is something I highly, highly value. And most clothes inhibit that in one way or another. And I can't tell you how many stories where me and my sewing kits were in the background sewing up somebody's pants or somebody's dress or something that somebody burst out of because they moved the wrong way at a major event, which is extremely embarrassing. So, picking fabrics that not only feel good and aren't scratching the skin and irritating the skin and poking and jabbing you, and things that can move with the body have always been one of my goals when I'm designing. Basically, every outfit I design, you have to be able to dance in. And not a two-step, barely move your body dance. No, you have to be able to dance. If you want to dance, you have to be able to full on dance in. That's one of the criteria for the things that I design. It has to flow and it needs to move and glide and wiggle and jiggle with your body. That's another criteria of when I'm designing things I really want to see. So back to the dress. So that's why I got into designing, is because I just basically could never find clothes that fit me. There would always be huge gaps here or there and things falling off, and or things had to be too tight and I couldn't move around comfortably. And I I'm not vain where I like playing dress up, but I'm not vain. I would rather wear something that's comfortable than something that's pretty. I don't care what event I'm attending. I don't care. I would rather be comfortable than miserable the whole night because of what garment I'm wearing. And then I can't really thoroughly enjoy the event I'm attending. With the exclusion of shoes. I've broken the rule with shoes. Sometimes some shoes are just so cute. You just got to endure the pain. Walk to your seat and then take your feet out of those things. And I have a couple of what we used to call in church one service shoes, because after one service, you're not going to be able to put any more shoes on for the rest of the day. Or those have to come off and you have your little slippers in your purse, your little cutesy ballerina type slippers in your purse, so that you can change your out of those painful shoes. But for the posing in the pictures, you're wearing these killer heels. That's the only thing I've ever made the exception for. Other articles of clothing, no. And again, I love fabrics that feel good. I want to rub me. I want to touch me. I want to feel the fabrics. And one of the things I liked about the fabric with the skirt is it was the skirt portion of this was a black sheer that had pinstriping of what felt like velvet. So in between the sheer portions, there was pinstripes that were about a half inch, maybe a quarter inch, that were a velvet-like material. So it was super soft to touch and just very nice, very pleasant up against the body. The upper portion of feathers, black feathers, and everybody knows how soft and feathers are. And you take out the sticky parts before you work with them. So it was just softness on top of softness. And even the waistband was made out of material that would give and move with the body. It wasn't a rigid waistband. So again, this was a very flowy dress. Now the sheerness of the lower body portion, you could see everything your mama gave you. So one of the things I like to do, I like burlesque. I like the tease or the insinuation that I'm going to show you something, but nope, I'm not going to show you anything. So matching slips to dresses that has outward sheer appearance, but underneath is a flesh toned, whatever that person's skin tone is, slip, I like very much. It gives that allure of ooh without any real ooh, because I really think modesty. Almost everything I design, you barely show any cleavage. If there's a slit, it's not a high slit. I like classy, sexy, classy, demure, femme fatale-ish, not hoochie, not stripper vibes, not something that if I can't stand in front of a dignitary or a queen or someone who is I have the highest and utmost respect for in that particular dress without feeling ashamed, then I should not be wearing it ever. Because no matter what we do, we are before the Most High God. He and all the angels see us always. So I don't design things that I think would that are inappropriate or um, I'm trying to find the right word, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, back to this program. Now that we've discussed this beautiful dress, I want to show you what AI did. I'm going to push this button, and this program is called Photo Leap. And it took this outfit and transformed it. That's a dream right there. Okay, AI has issues with fingers and things. If you notice, the hands are definitely need to be redone. But the dress, that looks like a butterfly. Now, the program again is called Leap that I used. And this particular setting was called Whimsical. Oh, I'm loving it. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of other variations by the same program, a Photo Leap of this dress. Okay, this is the actual photo. That was the original photo. Oh, this is a transformation to a different dress that Photo Leap did. And it has that butterfly feel. This looks to me like butterfly wings. The skirt, the top, everything. I'm really enjoying that. And then that's another view of the photo. This was what was the setting? What was the setting? I can't remember which singing is what they're called that the dress was in, but I still like the design of this. I would have had the cleavage out, but the belt, I love, love, love the gold, the thick gold and wrapped around multiple times. I'm going to have to use that. And the tightly pleated skirt, I have lots of skirts like that. I like that. The upper corset part, though, I like it. I just don't like the fact that it has cleavage showing. I would have it go up higher. This is another version of what I'm referring to as a butterfly dress because it reminds me of butterflies. And again, this is Photo Leap. I think this is beautiful. I would actually make this dress. I would actually wear this dress. Where? I don't know. Now here's a classic example where you can see the under slip matches the skin tone, but you're not really seeing the body. It just gives that illusion, peekaboo. And this is another rendition of from Photo Loop of the same dress. I think this setting was New York. They have interesting names for some of their settings. Um, this is another rendition. I think it's the same thing. The settings will have 1 through 5. How much of whatever filter they have you want to apply. And so this is just the difference between, I think the first one was like 3 and this one might be 2 of the same dress. But now this one kept the feathers at the top. It changed the bottom section to layers, which I kind of like. And I like the wrapping of the fabric on the waist, but it's so similar to what I already had. It's very, very little change. Now I like this. And I like this one. And this setting was called Abandoned. And I guess this is supposed to look like runes. But I really like the skirting on this. And again, it still reminds me of the butterfly. And instead of feather, it's a fabric that has tassels on the end of the bodice. I like that. I like that. I would totally make the skirt portion, actually the entire dress. I would design that and wear that. And that's something you can wear just about anywhere. It doesn't have to be as super fancy. You can dress it up or dress it down. Here's another rendition by the same program. As I said, AI has the issue with hands. I don't know what kind of club thing they're doing with this hand. And this one has a couple of extra fingers, and Lord, I don't know what they're doing with that hand. But it's back the dress. And now we're back to the original dress. But I love, love, love that you can instantly see different variations. I'm crazy about this one. I would make this, but I'd have to find an event to wear it for. And I would rock the purple hair as well. I really, or in this particular case, that's a lilac color. I love that. But there we are, back to the original dress and the filter that they used to change it. This one's my favorite. That looks like a work of art. But anyhow, AI can be most useful. And I'm looking forward to exploring and playing with it and seeing just how far I can take it and the things that I can do utilizing it. So you'll see more of these type of videos just because I'm really going to play around with it and see just what it's capable of. Anyhow, you guys have a great one. Bye-bye.